Well, I spent the night with my mother the night before the procedure. She was 89 at the time, and she drove me from Midtown Atlanta to here. But that night before, she was kind of thinking maybe I should back out. Is this like really on the level, or do you know anybody that's ever had this procedure with Dr. Whitaker before? And I just had this confidence. I had met Dr. Whitaker, and I just had this confidence, and I was determined that I wanted to have the procedure and procedures, and I did. So, and my mother is very happy with my results. Yeah, well, when we were getting ready, or really the night before, my mother really wondered if it was some kind of scam. She was just concerned that maybe I needn't go through with this. But I had met Dr. Whitaker, and I was confident. So she's happy with it now.
I'm still, just keep going. Just don't pay attention to us.
I don't have my glasses on.
Here, let's keep it real.
Those are mine.
Still keep it real.
Mine are in the closet over here. So, but is this what y'all were using?
Well, this is actually about Brilliant Distinctions program, which is actually kind of Allergan is like kind of there, you get a discount and you can purchase multiple things.
Oh, okay.
So it's a program that you can enroll in,
All right.
so that if you do a lot of Botox, you do a lot of Juvederm, then you can get discounts as you get more and more product.
All right, we're good, ladies.
Great.
Thank you.
Woohoo!
Maggie, M-A-G-G-I-E, Atterbury, A-T-T-A-B-E-R-R-Y.
And do we have your permission to use this?
Yes,
All
if you
right.
want to.
You're a witness, counsel?
Yes, thank you. We're on a roll. And if you,
That's okay. Well, I just thought she looked so young. And she was real perky. She just came in and she was just real perky. And, you know, she took pictures of me and asked me what I wanted done. And it was kind of a short, you know, it didn't take a long time. So she had the little camera, and she looked in the mirror, and she, you know, pulled on me and talked about what we were going to do. And because I had not only the lifestyle lift with my neck, but she did my eyes and bags under my eyes. So that changed everything. I just wanted to talk, there was a lady before her that did like an intake, and she's the one that we talked about everything. And she is the one that decided, I said, oh, my bags, I can just put makeup over them, you know. And she said, no, I think you need to do your bags. And she was right, you know, she's the one that did everything on the first intake, and then Dr. Whitaker's the one that made the final decisions. Well, people just would say, well, I was in hiding for a little while because of the laser, you know, and when I went back and out into the public, people would just say things like, oh, you just look so rested, and then they say, oh, did you get a haircut? Or, and then you look so good. And even now, I mean, three years after, I'll go, and I won't even have that much makeup on, and people that used to see me at work, they'll say, you just look so good. So comparatively, I know I do.
How does that make you feel?
I feel great. And I started doing more, you know, with myself, you know. So taking care of myself now, I'm doing exercises and things like that. So, well, I'm used to it now, but I love it. It's just, she just did a really good job, and it's natural, and that's why people can't really put their finger on it. They don't say, oh gosh, I think she had some face work, because it's just so natural. It's more like, gosh, you know, what did you do? I told one person I went to the cosmetic counter. I mean, just that way. To me, if a person had, you know, knew that they could afford it, I just can't see why they wouldn't do it. I mean, I cannot understand why a person would not make themselves look either prettier, more rested, and I just can't understand it, why a person wouldn't do it. Oh, definitely, I would. If I had it to do over again, I would do it. And maybe on down the road, I'll do some additions, because if I need it, because I trust Dr. Whitaker, and that I would do some more if I needed to. Yes, my daughter is the one that told my daughter. How I found out about Dr. Whitaker is my daughter had heard about her, and I let time elapse quite a while before I did it, and so I would have done it sooner, but it's okay. Actually, you know, I'd already retired, and it was a perfect time for me to have it done. So, well, for one thing, my mother's 90th birthday party, when we had all the family, all the friends, the old friends and the new friends. And I got all dressed up, and I just got compliments, and I felt really, really good. So, it's hard to believe I'm going to be 70 to myself. I'm thinking, I cannot believe I am going to be 70. But I feel really good. I feel healthy, and I think my face is matching me now because I'm taking better care of everything, not just my face. I just can't believe that. I'm glad. Yeah. Oh, my results are natural. It doesn't look like I've had a facelift, and I've seen pictures of people that have the, you know, and this is just natural, and it just feels good. So. Well, my mother, she just was thrilled after everything fell into place, and she said, your eyes, she said that, you know, your eyes are your best feature, and your eyes just look great. That's what she, you know. And my mother, when my mother compliments appearance, it's real. She knows, she's 92 and she looks beautiful. My mother notices everything. It's true. Thing to do, the laser was the right thing to do for me. And that's why I think my skin looks just so good, and why I get compliments on it. I would, if I was having lunch with a friend and I thought that they were interested, I would be happy to tell them everything that I know about Dr. Whitaker and what she does. I'd just feel very happy to do that. So I had, you know, my skin was really, it was soft and saggy. It was saggy. That's what made me look so almost haggard sometimes. I felt like I looked haggard. And so after the procedure, that changed. And I did the Neutralin too, the Neutralin in my cheeks. I remember asking her, I said, what did you do to my nose? Because it looked better after, and she didn't do anything to my nose. I mean, but it looked like it was smaller or something. And you know, she just, you know, the procedures that she did, the Neutralin.
So basically what
they took my own fat and injected it, which was great.
So you got your cheekbones back?
Yeah, I got my cheekbones. Didn't even know I had them, you know, so that was good.
Well, today is a special day because 1 year ago today, Dr. Whitaker performed my facelift. And she did my eyes and my chin, and I could not be happier. I had been, all my life, I had really big bags under my eyes, and I inherited those from my mother. And all my life, they bothered me. Well, everybody thought it looked fantastic, and there were some people who didn't realize that I had had it done, and I think they realized something was different, but they were afraid to ask me. The few that I told were very impressed. Every day, I look in the mirror and I think, why did I wait so long? So I could not be happier with the results. Dr. Whitaker was very reassuring when I met her. She was personable. She seemed extremely knowledgeable. And one of the reasons that I chose her as my surgeon, when I read her bio, I noticed that she had a long list of publications. And I have been in the education field all my life. I'm a college professor now, and I know that when you publish, that means that you are current in your field. And not that I read any of her publications, but I looked at the titles and I looked at the publications the articles had appeared in, and that's why I chose her. About 25 years ago, I had a very dear friend who had a facelift. Now, she was very thin, she was a heavy smoker, and her face was quite wrinkled. She decided that she wanted to get rid of the wrinkles. And so she asked me if I would take her to the surgery and then take her home, which I did, and I took care of her for several days after the surgery. I remember that she had drains under both ears, and they were about this long, just like almost long earrings. And of course she had to use the ice. She had to keep her head elevated. But I just remember those drains, and that kind of deterred me for many years because I thought, I don't want to go through something like that.
Did you also feel like she wanted
Yeah, I felt that when it was all over, she didn't look natural. She looked like her face had been pulled up like this, and she always looked like that till the day she died. And I just did not think she looked like herself. And I didn't want to look like that. Well, I couldn't be happier. I don't feel my age, at least mentally. Now, the body tells a whole different story, but this is how I had always pictured myself looking. And I look at some older pictures, and now I don't look a whole lot different than some of those pictures. So I couldn't be happier. And everybody who has noticed has said that it looks very natural. Tonight, I met a lady out in the lobby who said that she was considering the surgery, and she asked me what I had done, and I told her, and she said, I'm a chicken. And I said, you don't have to be, because you won't feel anything. That's what she was worried about. And I told her, I said, Dr. Whitaker is wonderful. She will answer every question you have. I felt like when I had my consultation with her, she was not rushing me. It was like I was the only patient that she had, and I know that was not the case, but that's how I felt. And after the surgery, when we would come back, I felt that same way, like I was her only patient. After the surgery, since I had the upper and lower lids done, I was ecstatic because my upper lids were very droopy. I inherited those from my mother as well as the bags underneath my eyes. So after the surgery, after everything was healed, I feel like people can now see my eyes. They don't have to look through the folds of skin. And my eye doctor said that he was extremely impressed. He had, before I had the surgery, he had mentioned to me that I was going to have to consider the upper eyelid surgery because they were drooping that badly. And it was at that time I had decided that I was going to do this. So I told him, next year when I come, you'll see a different me. And so when I went this past year and he saw it, he said, that was a good job. I said, thank you. After the procedure, I don't think it changed the basic person that I am. What it changed was what was on the outside. And what's on the outside is the first thing that everybody sees. And they don't necessarily look beyond what's on the outside to see what's on the inside. So after the surgery, I felt like that it was probably more likely that someone would like what they saw on the outside and look further to see what was on the inside. Dr. Whitaker, I'm so delighted that this new facility has worked out for you. I know you've been planning for it for many months, and I'm just delighted that it was today which, as I told you when we talked earlier, this is my 1-year anniversary. So not only is this your celebration, but it's mine too. Thank you. Best of luck to Atlanta Face and Body Center and Dr. Whitaker.
Dr. Whitaker was just friendly from the start. And I knew when I met her that she was going to help me. And she did. Yeah, she made me feel very comfortable after the surgery. No, because she's explained everything to me at the beginning, and I understood very well what was going to take place. The recovery was just what I expected. And it didn't take very long to recover. I had the neck and eye. Yes, I had excess skin, and my eyes were wrinkled a lot. All you need to do is meet Dr. Whitaker, and she will take care of you. If I had to do it all over again, I would with Dr. Whitaker. I had just retired, and I had time to get it done, and I had read about Dr. Whitaker, and that's what made me come here. She made me feel so much at home. Yes, their responses were, "I thought you were your daughter." And one lady said, "Time has stopped with you." Yeah.
Makes you feel good, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Yes, I would tell them that all they need to do is see Dr. Whitaker, because she is the best. The pain level was less than I thought it would be. My recovery time was excellent.
Well, thank you so much.